And then you have things like people are talking about garlic and exercise and those kind of roles. Um, and what I find with you when you were saying earlier is again this whole society will keep people indoors. I mean, even during the summertime, somebody that has a 9 to 5,
Yes.
then you get in your car after you leave work, you go straight in the house, and then you're there. So I think that people need to really take heed of what you just said, because even though we just experienced summer, there's still a lot of people who didn't even experience sunlight just based
That's
on
right.
you know.
Well, I just learned recently from Minister Farrakhan that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said that we should sunbathe every day.
Yes.
You know, that we expose, as much of our body as we can manage to the sunlight every day. Okay, so I mean, it's a part of healthy living.
Right.
And we do live in an abnormal society where even children, they hardly come outdoors to play anymore.
Right, they're on like Xboxes.
So they're inside in front of these electronic gadgets that are poisoning their brains.
Right.
And of course, that kind of radiation that comes from televisions, especially high definition televisions, the radiation that comes through the cell phones
Yes.
and other electronic devices, even the computer, these are very, very detrimental to health in general, but specifically to the immune system.
Mm-hmm. So all those things have to be taken. You're talking about really a change of a way of life too, in order to get there.
Yes, I mean I know that I broke somebody's heart when I mentioned cell phones, because some people just live
TVs.
on a cell phone, and I have a cell phone, but I don't keep it on my person. If I'm traveling, I might have it on my person for a brief period of time, but as soon as I get to where I'm going, I put it down somewhere and I keep it as far away from me personally as possible. And then when it rings or I need to make a call, I limit the call and make it as short as possible, because the microwaves that are emanating from that cell phone are very, very detrimental.
Yes.
In addition to that, I wear a device that I wear around my neck. That little bead there
Right.
blocks electromagnetic radiation. So this sits right over my breastbone, behind which is the thymus gland. Right. The thymus gland being the master gland of the immune system.
Right.
And so these kinds of devices are available widely on the internet, and most of them do something.
Right.
But the main thing is to limit your exposure to television and cell phones and computers, and do everything you can to protect yourself from it.
Well, let me remind you to let me know where you got the device from, because I definitely need to get one.
I guess I should add one other thing, because say if there were to be an outbreak of swine flu, see, we can think of it on the large scale, that there's hundreds of millions of people around the world, and there's a raging pandemic. But what about inside your own house?
Right.
See, if one person in your household gets sick, okay, well, you've got a pandemic right there in your house.
Right.
If there's two people that live in that house, okay, and one of them is sick, okay, that's a 50%
right.
rate, okay?
Right. Yeah.
Or if there's 10 people there and 3 of them are sick, okay, that's 30%. So your internal environment is also very, very important to control. One of the best ways of controlling the internal environment to prevent the spread of infections is, of course, hand washing and covering one's nose and mouth properly with sneezes and coughs. Wearing masks if you're sick, or someone is sick in the house, maybe for a while, then a mask should be worn of a high quality type. And perhaps you might even have an internal quarantine.
Yes.
Where the sick person would be considered to be infectious to others, and maybe should just stay in a separate bedroom or some part of the house until those symptoms begin to subside. It's hard to know how long such a quarantine like that should last, but when a person starts to feel better, that might be a sign, that the infectious phase is through. A few other things that might be done is, of course, to air your house out.
Yes.
Open up the windows. Don't just rely on artificial ventilation through ducts. But when the weather will permit, open up your windows. Let fresh air blow through your house. Let the sun shine in through the windows as much as you can. This is very important. Also, essential oils, especially citrus oils, such as lemon or lime or orange. They can be purchased in some health food stores. And then usually there's instructions about how to use it, but usually 1 squirt per room, maybe twice a day. Those essential oils actually are virucidal, which means they kill viruses.
Wow.
So even airborne illness is cut way down by the use of essential oils. If you want to invest a little bit more, then you could purchase these ozone generators. And these put ozone into the atmosphere in very low concentrations. It sort of smells the way it does after a rainstorm.
Okay.
And that ozone also helps to reduce microorganisms that might be in the atmosphere. Mm-hmm. So those are a few of the things, you know, that a person can do that will help to prevent and to protect them from any type of infectious illness, but especially the swine flu.
You know, we really appreciate that. That is a mountain, as they say. What is something of prevention is something cure. I can't. Think
an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Well, that is a pound of cure. Right? Plus
Benjamin
more.
Franklin said that.
And because that's of course what you just said. People don't know. They're not exposed to this, but they will be now.
Yes.
Most, of course, the dominant thing is just take the vaccine. But then, as you pointed out, even if you take the vaccine, if you don't have all of these conditions, or if your immune system is not heightened through calcium, through vitamin D, through vitamin C, and the other things that you pointed out, then, you know, are you really going to recover anyway?
Right. Yes.
You know, with the vaccine. So it all comes down to how we live and how we eat in this, you know, in the state of our health, period.
Yes.
Irregardless of the vaccine. So we definitely thank you for that. And as I was saying earlier, I'm going to take that and transcribe that piece and put it into a little, you know, book. I'm putting it on camera so people can email me and ask me where it is.
Right.
You know, but of course they'll have the benefit of the video as well. But I think that that's a piece that needs to be put in written form.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put the responsibility on my shoulders to get that done.
Okay. Thank you.
Definitely.
And I'll help a lot.
And I also have your protocol posted on my website along with the logo of the Abundant Life Health Attainment Center.
Yes.
And so I'm going to make sure in what we do with the presentations that I have the protocol there, as well as the video that we are doing now, plus the one that we did previously to make it available. Okay,
and if anybody needs further information, then you can call Abundant Life at area code 240-245-4147. And we recently moved to new offices, so our phone system isn't quite up to par yet, but if you try, you will get through.
Okay, and on the protocol that you have, I have your email on there as well, so
yes.
They can just hit you with an email in case.
Yes.
They can't get you with the phone, so we expect people to take advantage of that.
Right.
Definitely, because we're definitely in a fight, and I just feel good. I think that we're gaining the upper hand.
Yes, absolutely. We know that we will prevail.
Yes. Right.
We know that we have already been declared the winners.
That's right.
We know that the forces of evil are weak opponents. What they're counting on is complacency.
Right.
What they're counting on is cowardice. Right. What they're counting on is people being other than their own selves.
Right.
What they're counting on is ignorance. You know, and so we're banishing the darkness of ignorance. And all it takes is one or two strong-hearted people to stand up, and you start strengthening cowards.